XRP holders, I'm back with new big updates for you. Today, we're talking smart contracts, we're talking DeFi and earning yield on your XRP, stuff that could completely change how this ecosystem works once again. Before we dive in, a quick shout out that I always mention BITUNIX is the exchange I use for leverage trading. They are giving up to $100,000 in bonuses when you sign up. You literally just need an email to get started and you can start trading right away. And I will include the link down in the description for you. So here's what we're breaking down today. XRP has been fast and cheap for years, as we know, but it's been missing one huge thing, which is smart contracts. That's changing right now because XRPL just got its own EVM sidechain, which means developers can finally build DeFi apps directly around XRP. Three main players are making this happen: Axelar, Midas, and MXRP. Axelar is basically the bridge. It connects XRPL to over 80 blockchains, including Ethereum and Solana. That opens XRP up to a huge pool of liquidity that it simply didn't have before. And the XRPL EVM is the tech upgrade. It allows smart contracts, so now XRP can run DeFi apps natively. And then we have Midas and MXRP, which is the real game changer because MXRP is like staked XRP. You lock your XRP, earn passive yield, and get a token you can use across DeFi platforms. If you know Lido Ethereum, it's the same idea basically, but this time it's for XRP. To put it into perspective for you, similar products on Ethereum manage tens of billions in assets. Even if MXRP captures just a small slice of that market, the impact on XRP demand could be huge. And this is why people are really excited, including me. This isn't just hype, it's actually a structural upgrade to the XRP ecosystem. Now, let's talk about what this actually means for holders like you. MXRP is aiming for high single-digit returns, think 6 to 8% just by holding. But since it's DeFi, you can take your MXRP and layer strategies. To give you an example, deposit it into a lending protocol, borrow against it, and redeploy. You're taking on more risk, sure, but you could potentially push that yield to 12 to 15% or even higher. And here's the really interesting part for you. Most of these yields are paid in USDC. Then that USDC is used to buy more XRP. So the system is effectively a constant buyer of XRP. If this scales, it's strong organic support for the price. And this isn't just some artificial pump, it's a built-in mechanism that rewards holders and supports the ecosystem at the same time, which is really great for us. Of course, there are risks involved, like anything in crypto. Not everyone will be able to access MXRP. If you're in the US, UK, or certain restricted regions, you won't be able to use it. And like any DeFi product, there is risk, smart contract bugs, yield changes, or even hacks. Let's now talk about why this is so important. If you've held XRP for a while, you know the frustration. XRP is great for payments, but Ethereum and Solana have dominated DeFi, and MXRP finally plugs XRP into that same world. As you know, history shows that when a chain launches staking or yield products, adoption usually jumps. Ethereum's merge is the perfect example. Staking fundamentally changed the ecosystem. Now, let's break down MXRP in a bit more detail. When you lock your XRP for MXRP, you're not just earning yield, you're also getting a token that can be used across DeFi apps. So you can hold it passively for compounding or actively deploy it in lending, borrowing, or other yield strategies. And that's where the potential for higher returns comes in. And there is another layer to it as well. MXRP aggregates yield from multiple sources. That's not just Ethereum or Solana. Thanks to Axelar, it can pull in yield from many chains. And some of the early Midas vaults are already earning yield on Flare. So if Flare has good returns, your MXRP can capture that too. The end result is higher yields and a system that actually keeps buying XRP over time, which is incredibly healthy for the ecosystem in general. You might be thinking to yourself, okay, this sounds awesome, but how realistic is it? Well, the team behind MXRP is top-notch. Midas has been doing this on Ethereum for years, managing billions in assets, and they are now bringing that experience to XRP, which sounds amazing. They've built vaults integrated with lending protocols and figured out how to make yield composable, meaning you can basically layer it in multiple ways. This could also bring in larger players into the picture. Imagine digital asset treasuries, crypto native institutions, and also high-value wallets using MXRP. Even if only a small portion of those assets participate, the buying pressure and adoption could be significant. And finally, let's look at the big picture here. Once MXRP and related DeFi apps do go live, we could see a chain reaction. Higher yields on MXRP could raise yields across the XRPL ecosystem, including stablecoins and tokenized real-world assets. XRP could finally become a hub for DeFi activity in the same way that Ethereum is today. And I will be personally watching this closely as MXRP goes live over the next few weeks, and I will keep you updated, of course, in here. And if you want the fastest updates as news drops, make sure to always subscribe so you're not behind. And if you want to trade XRP with leverage while all this unfolds, as I mentioned, BITUNIX is the exchange I personally use, and signing up is very quick, and they've got solid bonuses available, and the link is in the description. So yeah, that's it for today, and drop a comment. Do you think MXRP will actually change the game for XRP, or is this just another hype in your opinion? I will see you in the next one.